Hello everyone. Now in this video we are going to discuss about the super keyword in Java. So before going to discuss about the super keyword in Java, so what exactly a super means or why we got the term as super, in which concept we use this super keyword. So everyone else know that Java is a object-oriented programming. That means it follows all the features of object-oriented principles like encapsulation, polymorphism, inheritance, abstraction. So in all those features, one of the main feature is inheritance, in which a new class will acquire the properties of the existing class. So that means whenever you have a ready-made class with you, like if you have any existing class, you can directly use those properties without rewriting that. Right? For example, if your father is having a bike, so you can use that bike instead of buying a new bike, right? So here also same thing, you can use the existing class properties. So we can explain this inheritance with the best example like Android versions. So every for every few days a new version of Android will be released, right? So here we'll consider two versions like KitKat, and the next version of KitKat is Lollipop. Of course, we have so many versions now, latest versions, but I'm just taking an example here, KitKat and Lollipop. So whenever they develop Lollipop, so they don't start writing the code from the beginning. Why? Because it's just extension of KitKat. So they simply use the KitKat version and they will add some features for that KitKat and they will release a new Lollipop version. So that means Lollipop is nothing but it's a new class which is deriving from KitKat version, which is deriving from the existing class called KitKat class. Further, it is adding its own properties. So that is nothing but the inheritance here. So in this inheritance, the existing class we're calling it as superclass and the subclass we're calling it as subclass or child class. The newly derived class is called as child class. So here in this concept, we are going to use the super keyword. Super keyword. So we will see what are the different uses of super keyword with examples. So here mainly we have two uses. One is to call the superclass constructor. So every one of you know what is mean by constructor. So we will discuss with example how to use super keyword by calling the superclass constructor. And the next one, we can use the hidden member of the superclass. That means if we have any hidden members in the superclass, when I can say a member is hidden in the sense, if you are using same name for the data or the member function in the superclass as well as subclass. So then that member we are calling it as hidden member. So if you have any hidden members, we can call them using super keyword. So we will see these both things with some examples now. The first one is superclass constructor. Right. So here we have a simple program. So here we have a simple program. So in which we have three classes. The first class is student and the second class is exam, which is extending the properties of the student. So here student is a superclass and exam is subclass. So in the student class, we are just writing an empty constructor, that is default constructor, in which we are printing super message. And in the subclass also we are writing a simple constructor. Then what you're doing here, you're calling the superclass constructor. I'll explain this. And then in the constructor, you're simply printing a message sub. So generally we know whenever we implement inheritance, we need to create object only for the child class. Why? Because anyhow the child class will acquire all the properties of the parent class. So no need to create any separate object for parent class. Simply you can create object for child class. Of course, by using the child class object itself, you can access the properties of the parent class. So now here in the main class, you're creating object only for the child class. So here you're calling the constructor. So first of all, which constructor we are calling here? Of course, it is a child class. So you're calling child class constructor. So it will go to child class constructor. It will go to child class constructor. But within this child class constructor, firstly you're calling the superclass constructor using a keyword called super. Super followed by empty parenthesis. This indicates what? This is the call to the superclass constructor. And followed by, so it will go to superclass constructor, it will print the super message. And again the control will be back to exam and it will print the sub message. So for this program, what is the output we will get? One is super followed by sub. See, one important point here, this statement should be the first statement within this constructor. So if I write after this, after sub statement, if I write super keyword, this will not work, right? And we will try to execute this. First, I'll save this in soup.java. So I'm just giving the main class name. So we'll try to execute this Java C. Java C. So there are no errors, then we can execute this. So I'm getting the output super followed by sub. But actually in our Java, in Java, we don't need to call this superclass constructor specifically. So by default, the subclass constructor will call the superclass constructor. See, I'm keeping this in state comments. Then I'm saving this and we'll try to execute this. So now also we're getting the same output super and sub. So if it is a default constructor, no need to call that constructor specifically using super keyword. Now we'll see with the parameterized constructor. So I'm just adding a number here, data number, not data member, parameter. So here also we have a data member. So now I'm just printing the data member. Now whenever you call the constructor, you should pass one integer value. Now I'm just saving this. If I try to compile this, sorry, I'm getting an error. Why? Because so whenever you write a parameterized constructor in the superclass, you must and should call the superclass constructor from the child class. So you're not calling here, so it will not be called automatically like a default constructor. So I'm just calling the superclass constructor same using super keyword, but I need to pass one integer parameter. Same I am passing to the parent class constructor. Now I'm saving this, and if I try to compile this, now I'm not getting any error. If I execute this, see, super 10 followed by sub 10. So same 10 value will be passed to super class and number will be printed and followed by subclass message. So this is the super keyword, usage of super keyword for constructors. So if it is a default constructor, no need to call that constructor specifically, I mean the parent class constructor. But if it is a parameterized constructor, you must and should call the parameterized constructor. So this is about the first usage. And now we will discuss one more usage. We have one more usage. What is that? We can call the duplicate members, that means hidden members. So here in this program, in the parent class A, we have I value that is 10. In the child class also in B, and again I'm declaring the same value I, but the value is 20. Now what happens? I just want to print both the values in the child class itself. So now in the child class, how I'm accessing the parent class value as super dot I. Why? Because the parent class member and the child class member both are having same names. For example, if I change this value to J, no need to use the super keyword. Directly you can call J. Why? Because it is a parent class, you can directly access their properties. No need to use any super keyword here. Why? Because J is different from I. Now if I try to save this, see here I'm creating one child class object, then I'm calling this show method. So what it will print? It will print the J value followed by I value. So J value is 10, I value is 20. So this is super2, right? We'll try to save this. So super2 dot Java. Now if I try to execute this super2 dot Java, so there are no errors, then execute this. Sorry, this is Java space super2. Yes, super j is equal to 10, sub I is equal to 20. Now, if I change this value to I, and now I'm printing both the values as I only. This is superclass I value is I, and the subclass value is also I. Now I'm saving this. Now I'm saving this. So I'm using both the values as I only. Now if I execute this, so I'm getting super value as 20 and sub value is also 20. Why? Because both the values we are using them as I and I only. So it will confuse which I you're calling, right? So the same name you're using in the subclass also. So what the subclass I will do, it will override the parent class value. That means whatever the value you're getting from parent class, that will be hidden by the child class value. So now whatever I, if you use I, it will call only the child class value. Now, if I want to access the I value of superclass, then you need to use super.I. Now, I'm saving this. Now, if I execute this, so I'm getting super I value as 10 and sub value as 20. So now this hidden values not only applicable for data members, it also be applicable for methods also. That means you can use the same method names in the parent class as well as child class also. So I'm just cutting the statement and placing within the parent class. So I'm just printing a message super, and in the subclass I'm printing the message as sub. That's it. Now, so here in the parent class we have show method, in the subclass also we have show method. Now automatically in the in the main class, we will create object only for B class. I'm just calling the show method. Now in B class, what happens? It will have two show methods. One is its phone method and the other method is the parent class method. So what happens here? If you use the same signature, same method name and same signature, the parent class method will be overridden. So in the child class, what happens? The parent class method will be overridden. So that will be hidden. Now, whenever you call show method, it will call only the child class method. The parent class method, what about the parent class method? It will be hidden. Now, I'm just saving this. If I try to execute this, so I'm getting only sub. It is not printing super. Why? Because it is high. Now what happens, what we will do, within the child class method, I will just call the super class method using super keyword, super dot show. What happens, it will call the super class method show method. So whenever you call show method of B method, B object, it will go to B object only, B method only. But within this method, what you're doing, you're calling the super class method first. So it will go to super class, it will print super message, again back to B class, then it will print the sub message. I'm just saving this, and if I try to execute this, so now I'm getting super as well as sub. So in this way, we can use the super keyword mainly for two reasons. One is to call the superclass constructor, and the second one is to access the hidden members. So the members may be data members or methods. I hope everyone enjoyed this video and thank you.